Okay? Alright, so now, we continue with the problems, no? For relating to accounting for income tax. So, let's start na. No? So, yung ating technique palagi is of course to read, no, the question. So, mga questions dito, we have 6. First, how much is the income subject to tax? Second, how much is the taxable income? Third, how much is the current income tax expense? Fourth, how much is the the total income tax expense? Fifth, what amount shall be presented as deferred tax liability? And lastly, ang tanong, what amount shall be presented as deferred tax asset? So, kung mapapansin nyo, no, yung mga terms na yan is somehow familiar na kayo kasi nga, na-discuss natin yan in theory kanina. But now, we will appreciate it more by solving these problems, okay? So, sige, let's start. So, ang gagawin natin is to get yung formula na meron tayo kanina and use it as our cheat sheet, 'di ba? Sa pag-plot ng mga items na ito. So, kunin natin siya dito sa theory report. So, ito 'yon, 'di ba? Sige. And then I'll paste it here, no, for our convenience. Ano ba to? Sige. So, dito na lang yung amount siguro sa letter Q. Okay. Alright. So, nabasa na natin yung questions. Let's proceed with the problem. So, problem number 1, sabi dito, during the current year, Maui Wawi company reported accounting income of 9 million before income tax. Okay? So, itong 9 million na to, no? Before income tax, this is also, 'di ba, our pre-tax financial income or our accounting income. So, yun yung 9 million. Then the company revealed the following information for the current year. So, lagyan lang natin dito yung sa pre-tax income, that is 9 million, di ba? So, ayan, sa mga kumakanta no ng Maui Wawi, alam ba, 'di ba, ang kahulugan ng Maui Wawi, 'di ba? Yung Wawi na yan, yung kanta na yan ay tumutukoy no sa pag-enjoy, no? Pag-find ng escape using a form of marijuana, no? Baka kanta kayo ng kanta ha, hindi nyo alam. Ayan. Sige. So, okay. Ayan, 9 million yung ating accounting income or pre-tax income. So, ayan siya. Pinlat na natin siya, ano. And then, the next tip, no, that I can provide to you is alamin, no, kung ano yung mga permanent differences, no, na nakalagay dito sa mga information below. After that, of course, after mo na-determine kung ano yung mga permanent differences, the remaining items will be the temporary differences most probably, okay? So, dito sa mga ito, we have interest income on government bonds, life insurance annual premiums, where the company or the firm is the beneficiary of the insurance policy. So, sige, isa-isahin natin. Dito muna tayo. Interest income on government bonds. Ito, di ba na discuss natin na itong interest income on government bonds is a permanent difference, no? It is included in the tax, in the income, no? When it comes to accounting, while kapag naman sa tax, no, it has a separate taxation for this kasi nga subject siya sa final tax than yung regular income tax, okay? Kaya permanent difference siya. So dito, lagay natin na permanent difference. Permanent, sige, ganyan na lang, permanent. Dito na lang sa tabi. Permanent difference. Tapos, anong klaseng permanent difference siya, guys? Anong klase kapag interest on government bonds? Diba we have two types of permanent differences? We have non-taxable revenues. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya dapat kasama no sa income na isa-subject sa tax pero sinama siya ni accounting. and then deductible expense, hindi siya dapat kasama sa i-deduct to get the net income subject to tax while na-deduct siya, no, ni accounting. Okay? So, alin siya dito? Okay? Saan kasama yung interest income on government bonds? So, si interest income on government bonds, kasama siya doon sa, kasama siya saan? Kasama siya dito, sa non-taxable revenue, no? So, ayan. Lagay lang natin dito sa gilid, non-taxable revenue, okay? NTR. Kasi nga dapat, kailangan niyang alisin, di ba? Sa accounting income mo, dahil hindi siya dapat kasama, sabi ni tax. Okay? Next is, life insurance. Annual premium. Okay. Maui Wawi Company is the beneficiary of the insurance policy. So, dito, napag-usapan naman natin na yung life insurance annual premium is that is named to the firm, yun muna talaga. That is named to the firm as a beneficiary is a permanent difference, di ba? Napag-agreehan na natin yung kanina. So, dito, ilalagay natin siya na permanent, no? Now, determine na natin, no, na siya ay isang permanent difference. Ang gagawin natin ngayon is to determine kung ito ba ay non-taxable revenue or non-deductible expense. So, we know that this is a non-deductible expense, okay? So, non-deductible expense siya kasi ang ginagawa ni accounting ay ina-expense niya, no? Wherein, sabi ni tax, hindi dapat yan i-deduct, no? Hindi yan deductible. Kaya dapat i-add mo yan, okay? I-add natin yan later on. Similar with the tax penalties and surcharges. Ina-expense yan ni accounting, no? To arrive at its accounting income, pero sabi ni tax, hindi dapat, no? Hindi dapat deductible yan. So, i-add natin yan. So, non-deductible expense yan under permanent differences. Okay? So, ayan. What if, no? What if lang naman, itong life insurance policy or life insurance annual premium is not named, no? To the firm or did not name the firm as its beneficiary. Anong mangyayari? This item will no longer be part of your permanent differences and your temporary differences because they both accounting, 'di ba, and tax will deduct it, 'di ba? Will deduct it or expense it kapag ganun. Kaya walang permanent difference and temporary difference that is to be recognized on that part, okay? So I hope malinaw 'yun, no? Tandaan 'yun. So itong mga remaining, no, itong mga to, they will no longer form part of your permanent differences. So, lahat na ay temporary. Okay? Temporary differences na for all. They are normal income and expense items. So, yan, lagyan natin, no. Temporary lang naman sila. Now, later, tignan natin, no, kung sila ba ay magiging part ng future taxable amounts mo or ng future deductible amounts mo. Okay? Sige, so ilagay lang natin dito. So, yung part ng iyong non-taxable revenue, 'di ba? Ito yung NTR mo is ito lang, 700,000. And then yung non-deductible expense mo, dalawa siya, which is this one and this one. Okay? So that is 140,000. So ito, no, kailangan mo tong i-subtract. So siguro lagyan lang natin siya ng negative dito, no? Para isam na lang natin siya later, no? Tapos ito kailangan siya idagdag, so i-retain lang natin yung kanyang positive amount. So ang clue natin, 'di ba, kapag non-taxable revenue letter T, 'di ba, yung start nito, so tatanggalin, no, kasi nga letter T, or subtract yung last letter of the word subtract. And kapag deductible expense naman ito, non-deductible expense, deductible first letter D, dadagdagan, no, first letter D, last letter nila is, or last letter of the word add is letter D, so non-deductible expense kailangan niyang i-add, okay? So, ayan, isam lang natin siya. So, right now, we have our income subject to tax, no? Financial income subject to tax. So we already have our answer for number 1 actually. Okay? So pwede na natin siyang ilagay dito. Okay. Now for your taxable income naman, 'di ba? So for your taxable income, before we arrive there, we will be taking into consideration our temporary differences na, 'di ba? And our temporary differences are divided into two. Meron tayong future taxable amount and future deductible amounts. Now, alin kaya sa mga ito yung mag-form part nun? Okay? So, sige. Let's start with your depreciation. Okay? Depreciation claimed on income tax return is 2.7 million, while on your depreciation for or per accounting records 1.4 lang. Okay? So dito mapapansin natin na yung carrying value, no, ng asset mo will be higher, correct? Will be higher than your tax basis, tama? So saan babanda yun dito? Ayan, so yung carrying value ng asset mo will be higher than your assets tax base. Bakit? Kasi nga mas mataas yung depreciation, no, per income tax than your accounting record. So ibig sabihin, no, since yung depreciation is a contra asset account, kapag binawas mo yung depreciation na mas mababa sa iyong asset under accounting, ibig sabihin yung asset mo, which may be for example an equipment, is higher in accounting, no, than your equipment in the tax purpose. Okay? So ayun siya. So since mas mataas, no, yung carrying value of asset mo than your assets tax base, meron kang deferred tax liability arising from future taxable amount. Okay? Now, ano naman yung ilalagay kaya dito na amount, no? So, later natin i-figure out yan. Pero, sige, maglagay lang siguro ako ng space here. Ano ba yung isasaling amount? Ito po bang 1.4 o ito pong 2.7 na nasa income tax return? Sino ba ang boss natin palagi? 'Di ba? Parang kanina kasi may pinag-usapan tayo, parang sino ba dapat yung dominant or sino talaga yung dominant sa relationship between accounting and tax kapag ang pinag-uusapan natin is in accounting for income tax. 'Di ba ang sabi natin kanina, ang nasusunod or ang boss ay si tax. So, kumbaga dapat i-reconcile natin yung nasa accounting papunta kay tax. So, since 1.4 lang yung depreciation na ating na recognize, 'di ba? Kailangan natin magdagdag, no, para maging or ma-reconcile siya sa amount na 2.7 million. So, ang gagawin, 1.4 minus 2.7, kailangan pa nating mag-recognize ng expense, 'di ba? Or ng depreciation expense of 1.3 million. So, kanina, no, ang alam kasi natin, this will result to a deferred tax liability since mataas nga, mas mataas ang iyong carrying value sa records mo or I mean sa recordings mo, sa books mo, sa accounting kaysa sa iyong tax, no, sa tax basis, no. So, ibig sabihin, meron tayong future taxable amount sa part na ito. Okay? So, ilalagay natin siya dito mamaya, pero baka kasi may kasama pa. So, dito meron pang rental. So, lagay lang natin dito. Future taxable amount. Rental payments made in advance. So, ito yun guys hindi mo gagamitin yung 2.7 and 1.4. Yung gagamitin mo is ito. Yung 1.3 million. Okay? Next is yung rental payments made in advance, no? Okay. Rental payments made in advance. So, sa accounting mo, itong account na to will be prepayments, 'di ba? Nasa asset mo siya. But under tax kasi, itong rental payments mo, since it is already a payment made in advance, and sa tax, 'di ba? Sa taxation tayo ay cash basis. So, dapat ito na ay nire-recognize mo as your expense, 'di ba? So, ang dating, 'di ba, parang ang carrying value ng asset mo meron kang prepayment, 'di ba? Sa accounting records mo, mas magiging mataas, no, yung asset mo asset mo sa accounting kaysa sa asset mo sa taxation. So overvalued, or I mean mas mataas din, 'di ba? Yung carrying value ng asset mo kaysa dun sa assets tax base. Wala kang prepaid asset, no, sa tax mo, pero sa accounting records mo, meron ka kasing prepayments, no? Dapat expense 'yan. So since zero yung nasa tax, kumbaga, rental payments made in advance. Okay. I mean, zero pa lang yung expense mo, 'di ba, sa accounting, kasi nga nasa asset mo ito, 'di ba? Nasa asset kasi to under accounting, 'di ba? Under prepayments. Pero dapat i-expense mo na 'yan, sabi ni accounting, since nabayaran mo na 'yan. I mean, i-expense mo na 'yan, sorry for the confusion. Expense mo na 'yan, sabi ni tax, kasi nabayaran mo na 'yan. At cash basis tayo, sabi ni tax. So, ang gagawin from prepayment under accounting records, dapat sa expense siya ma-recognize. Since zero pa lang yung expense mo, yung kay tax, ang expense niya is 400,000, kailangan mong mag-recognize pa ng 400,000, no? Kailangan mong i-adjust to reconcile with the tax. So, yan ay, ayan, 400,000 rin. Okay? Alright, so FTA din yan. So, I hope nagigets, no? Talagang, ang pinaka-clue lang dito is kailangan mo siyang i-reconcile sa boss natin, which is si tax. Okay? Sige. Okay. So, dito na tayo kay provisions for probable loss. Okay? Provisions for probable loss. So, kay accounting kasi, itong provisions for probable loss ay naibawas mo na, 'di ba? Kasi nga conservative tayo sa accounting. So, even though hindi pa actual, no, yung loss, ay nagre-recognize ka na, no, ng provision. Alright. While kay tax, no, wala siyang pakialam, no? Wala siyang pakialam sa pagiging conservative. Ang kanyang concern is dapat na-incur mo na talaga yung loss na yon, no? So, doon nagkakaroon ng temporary difference. So, ang mangyayari, since hindi pa naman to actual loss, at nag-recognize na si accounting, nakabawas yan, di ba, sa ating income. So, dapat, sabi ni tax, idagdag mo muna yan. At ibabawas mo yan kapag na-incur mo na talaga yung actual. Okay? Kumbaga kung bad debt na talaga siya. But as of now, since wala pa to kay tax, kailangan mong, dahil wala pa to kay tax, tapos ito nabawas mo naman na siya kay accounting, kailangan mo siyang ibalik na muna. Okay? So, mangyayari, ayan, plus 100 tayo dito. Okay? So, ito ay future deductible amount. Okay? Ayan. So, ang ganap dito, no? Dito kasi siya, 'di ba? Meron tayong future, wait lang, hindi ko pala ito ng iba. From future deductible amount. So, ang dating doon sa kanina, no, mas mataas yung liability mo. Nagre-recognize ka na ng liability sa iyong accounting records, no? While hindi pa naman kasi actual, no? Kay tax, wala pa yon, no? Kaya natin ina-add ulit. Okay? So, ayan yung kay provision. Yung kay warranty expense mo on the accrual basis, ibig sabihin, di ba, ito yung kay accounting, ay nasa 600,000 daw. Okay? Pero yung actual warranty payment mo, yung nabayaran mo pa lang talaga na warranty, no? Ibig sabihin, under cash basis ni tax ay 200,000. Sinong boss ulit? Si tax, di ba? So, kailangan nating ibalik na muna yung 400,000 ni accounting. Okay? So, mangyayari, and 600,000 minus 200,000, 400,000. Yung kailangan mong ibalik kasi nga, yung nabayaran mo lang talaga na warranty is 200,000. Okay? Si tax palagi ang ating boss. Okay? And of course, advance collection from customers. Itong advance collection from customers mo, sa under accrual basis, no, hindi ito mahalaga, no? Dapat kasi para ma-recognize mo as income, it should be earned, 'di ba? Pero ito, under cash basis, even though if it is not earned yet, no? As long as na-collect mo na, kailangan mo na siyang i-recognize, 'di ba? As revenue. So, since wala pa to, hindi pa to naka-record sa ating accounting income, pero ito ay nire-recognize na ni tax. So, kailangan mo tong idagdag, no? Kailangan mo rin siyang idagdag to reconcile with your tax income. Okay? So, i-add mo lang ito. So, itong tatlong ito will be your FDA as well. Okay? Okay, so, sige. I-plot lang natin sila. So, for your future taxable amount, no, natatanggalin, no, at or isusubtract, first letter, tatanggalin letter T. Last letter, subtract, letter T. Future taxable amount, so, tatanggalin or isusubtract. So, alin ba yun? Ito siya. So, ayan siya. And then, for your future deductible amount, no, dadagdagan, no, letter D, and then add last letter D, no, dadagdagan or i-add. So, ipag-plus lang natin yung mga na-compute kanina. So, 700,000. Okay? Now, okay, sige, ano ko lang to ha. Lagyan ko lang siya ng top border. Ay, baliktad. Okay. So, we just deduct itong mga nakuha nating amount, di ba, from this amount. So, sige, let's get the sum. So, we have our taxable income of 7,440,000. Okay? So, this is our taxable income. Ito yung sagot natin sa number 2. Okay. Ayan. For number 3, ang tanong, ayan, how much is the current income tax expense? Ngayon, paano kaya sinasolve itong current income tax expense na ito? So, to solve for your current income tax expense, you will just have to know your income tax rate, no? So, dito ang sabi kasi, it is not expected to change in the future, no? So, ibig sabihin, walang batas na maaring baguhin itong income tax rate natin in the future, no? But we will provide later an example, no, na what if naman mapalitan ito, no, sa for example next year or next reporting period. So sige, so dito ayan 30% yan, okay? Ngayon, saan mo kaya i-multiply itong 30% na ito? Okay? So, to get your current income tax expense, you just have to get your taxable income, ito yun, and multiply it to your income tax rate. Okay? So, you have your answer of 232,000. Okay? So, nasagutan na rin natin yung number 3. Again, current income tax expense, yan ay taxable income times the income tax current, no? Tandaan, current tax rate. So, for number 4, how much is the total income tax expense naman? How much is the total income tax expense? So, dito naman, of course, you will be using the same tax rate. Ang tanong, saan mo kaya ito i-multiply? So, i-multiply mo naman ito using your financial income subject to tax. No? And then, i-multiply mo siya sa iyong current tax rate of 30%. So, you have your answer of 2,532,000. Okay? I hope that is clear. Number 5. Okay, number 5, what amount shall be presented as deferred tax liability? Okay? So, dito sa deferred tax liability, it will be your future. 'Di ba? Nag-a-arise, 'di ba? Sabi ko kanina, guys, ang deferred tax liability, 'di ba? It is created as a result of a future taxable amount, 'di ba? Ayan. Kasi nga meron pang amount under accounting na tinatanggal mo na, tapos in the future doon siya magiging taxable, magkakaroon tayo ng income tax payable. So, nag-create siya ng deferred tax liability. Okay? So, dito, no, ang gagawin is, ayan, 1.7 million, and then you will be multiplying it to your enacted tax rate, no? So, iba siya sa kanina, yung dalawa, which is number 3 and 4, we multiply it to the current tax rate. But for the deferred tax liability and for our deferred tax asset, we just multiply it to the enacted, 'di ba? Enacted tax rate or the future tax rate. Okay? Ngayon kasi, since dito naman sa example na ito, isa lang yung tax rate, sa isa lang natin siya i-multiply, 'di ba? Sa 30% lang din. Okay? So, we have 510,000 na DTL or deferred tax liability. And for number 6 naman, let's see. Ayan. So, since yung deferred tax asset, it is a result of your future deductible amount. Kasi nga, in the future mo siya ma-deduct, di ba? Pinapayagan siya, no, na i-deduct, pero in the future dapat. Ina-add siya ngayon, pero madideduct mo siya in the future. So, ang dating, magiging benefit mo siya in the future. So, i-multiply mo yung 700,000 times 0.30 din. So, you have 210,000 as your answer. Okay? So, we already have our answers for numbers 1 to 6. Ngayon, entryhan lang natin ng mabilis na mabilis, no? So, for your current income tax expense, entryhan natin siya. So, you will have a debit, ayan, income tax expense. So, nandiyan naman na yung amount. 2232, ayan, 2,232,000. And then your credit will be, wait lang. Your credit will be, of course, your income tax payable, di ba? Magkano? Same lang. 2232. Ngayon, entryhan natin yung mga deferred tax liability mo and deferred tax asset. So, this is, di ba, ang deferred, ayan, ang deferred tax liability mo, it creates, di ba? Or it increases your income tax expense. Okay? Again, sige, lagyan natin dito. So, yung deferred tax liability, ayan, yung creation niya, di ba? It increases your expense account, no? And increases your talagang sinulat, your liability account. Okay? While kapag naman sa DTA or deferred tax asset, it decreases, no, your expense account, and then it increases or decreases as well your liability. Okay? So, entryhan natin siya dito. So, deferred tax, no? For your deferred tax liability, we debit income tax expense, and then we credit income tax payable. Magkano? Ayun siya, 510,000. Okay? Ito yung for your for your DTL. Ito naman yung current tax mo. Lastly, for your deferred tax asset, 'di ba, ide-decrease nga niya yung iyong payable and expense. So, baliktad ng entry dapat. Okay? So, income tax payable and then debit or credit income tax expense. How much? Kung magkano natin ni-recognize doon sa tabi? 210,000. Sige. Okay. So, ayan. Okay. Right? No? Sige. Try nga natin i-add, no? So, kung makikita nyo, no, kapag pinag-add nyo na itong mga entries, no, 2 to 32,000, no, of course, debit yan, so nag-increase siya sa expense mo. Nag-increase din tong 510 sa expense mo, pero nag-decrease siya dito, no, 210. So, kapag sinolve natin yan, ano yan, no? Ano ba yan? Yan yung iyong total income tax expense, okay? So, ayun. Alright. So, punta naman tayo dun sa problem number 1 pa din, no? Which is ito. Doon tayo sa what if niya. So, what if, no? Kasi kanina dito nakalagay, it is not expected to change in the future. Pero this time, ayan, it is expected, ayan, to change in the future years. Magiging 35% na daw kaysa 30%. So, ang mangyayari, same pa din naman yung iyong total income tax expense. Magkano iyong total income tax expense mo dito? 2,532,000. Teka, ano bang tanong? Total income tax expense. And then, okay, 2,580. Total income tax expense, deferred tax liable, and deferred tax asset. Okay. Sige. So, dito, di ba, for you to solve your total income tax expense, pinakita ko kanina sa entries, di ba, na kailangan mong malaman yung current income tax expense mo, di ba? Ito yon. Kailangan mong malaman yung deferred tax liability mo at yung deferred tax asset mo. Because yung movement nila, they influence, di ba, your total income tax expense. So dito, to get your total income tax expense, mag-iba siya ng bahagya. So yung current income tax expense, no, so sa parehong paraan pa rin naman natin siya makukuha. So copy ko lang to. Ayan. So, yung, di ba nakuha mo yung total income tax, ayan, total current income tax. Tama ba? Sige, let me check. Tama. Income tax expense. So, makukuha mo yan, no, by multiplying. So, ito siya. Ay, sorry. By multiplying your taxable income sa tax rate, which is similar pa rin naman, no? So, dito, ito pa rin naman siya, your taxable income, multiply mo siya sa current rate. So, 2 to 32 pa rin naman, pero dito na tayo magbabago. Okay? Kapag meron na tayong enacted income tax rate, no? So, ang mangyayari, i-add natin yung ating DTL, no? At ibabawas naman natin yung ating DTA. 'Di ba? Kasi nga kapag DTL, 'di ba, it creates it creates ayan, dito pakita ko ulit. It creates an income tax expense, no? And income tax payable. Nag-increase siya ng expense mo and liability account, no? So, i-add mo lang siya dito, while kapag DTA, 'di ba, it decreases liability and expense account. So, ibabawas mo siya later on. Pero saan naman natin i-multiply yung mga amounts na ito? So, for this one, itong iyong future taxable amount that will result to your deferred tax liability will now be multiplied to the 0.35%. Okay? Sa enacted tax rate mo na siya, i-multiply. While for your DTA, same din, no? Sa enacted tax rate mo na siya i-multiply, hindi nasa 30%. Okay? 0.35 raw. Ayan. So, let's get the sum. So, itong 1, wait lang, mali yata siya. Kailangan ito naka-add to, no? Kasi nga, sige, naka-negative kasi siya dun sa side. And then ito naman yung naka-deduct dapat, okay? Because, di ba yung DTL nga, it is also an expense, di ba? It creates an expense. Kailangan similar siya sa expense. Kailangan mo muna silang ipag-add and then ibawas mo kung ano yung nagde-decrease, no? Sa expense account, which is your DTA. Okay? So, that is 2,582,000. That will be your total income tax expense. So, here, our answer is, ayan, for number 1, we have 2,582. For number 2, we have 595. For number 3, we have 245. Okay? For the entries, no, kindly practice, no, and base it sa kung paano natin siya ginawa dito. Okay? Para at least mas ma-appreciate natin and mas malaman, no, mas malaman siya kung paano siya possibly i-solve using journal entries. Okay? Alright. So, siguro pwede na tayong pumunta dito. So, dito kasi, ang sa problem 2, aside from this theory part na pinag-usapan natin, problem number 2. So, ito lang kasi ang alam natin, di ba? Creation. Okay? Base ko na lang din yung formula dito sa kabila. Okay, ayan. So, dito kasi, ang alam lang natin is that itong future taxable amount, di ba, it creates a deferred tax liability. It increases your liability and your expense account. Okay? I think malinaw na lahat doon, no? Kapag naman deductible amount, di ba, yung future deductible amount, it decreases your expense account, it decreases your liability. Okay? Ito mga ito kapag creation, no? Or kapag originating. Okay? Lagay ko siguro dito. Kunin natin yung signs nila. Okay? Ayan. Ay, nangyari. Ayan. Ba't di pantay? Kasi nga nag-add ako dito. Sige. So, kapag originating, kung ano yung diniscuss natin kanina, no? Ganun pa din naman siya. Okay? So, i-add, no? Kapag originating, yan yung mga napag-usapan nating clues kanina, wala namang magbabago, no? Pero paano kapag nagkaroon na ng reversal, no? So, kumbaga kapag reversal, dumaan or dumating na yung time kung kailan itong ating future taxable amount, 'di ba? In the future siya magiging taxable. Dumating na yung point na yon. So ang mangyayari, i-reverse na natin siya. Maaring may amount, no, may portion of the amount na magiging taxable na in the next year. So mangyayari, i-reverse natin siya, no? So mababawasan, no, yung future taxable amount natin. Okay? So mangyayari kapag reversal of DTL, it will now decrease your, so kabaligtaran lang talaga na, kabaligtaran lang siya kapag creation. So it will now decrease your, ayan, copy ko lang. It will now decrease your expense and decrease your liability. While kapag naman reversal of DTA, ibig sabihin dumating na yung point kung saan in the next year, no, or in the next period, dumating na yung point kung kailan ka pwedeng mag-benefit sa asset because madideduct mo na siya, no? So, nagkakaroon na ng reversal kasi nga marirealize na yung benefit. So, ang effect naman yan is that it will increase your expense and increase your liability. Okay? Okay. So, dito, kung idadagdag mo siya sa ating formula, no? Oops. Excuse me. Isa pa. Hirap pala ng walang mouse, ha. Iniwan ko yung aking mouse sa office. Sige. So, dito naman, di ba, yung ating tinatawag na reversal. Okay? So, kapag reversal of future deductible amount, magbabago na, no? So, alisin ko na tong tatanggalin subtract. Kasi nga, kabaligtaran yung magiging effect dapat niya. So, dapat dito ay dagdag. Dito naman ay bawas. Okay? So, total opposite kasi nga, reversal siya. Okay? So, I hope medyo nasundan naman, no? Kapag hindi, ayan, pwede namang i-pause and then balik-balikan, di ba, yung ating recorded video discussion. Okay. Now, sige, we try to solve the problem. Okay? So, ang mga questions, how much is the current tax expense? How much is the total tax expense? And then, what is the total deferred tax asset to be presented in the 2025 balance sheet? And what is the total deferred tax liability to be presented in the 2025 balance sheet? Okay? So, let's read the problem. Sige, litan ko lang siya dito para maabot siya. Okay. So, Jose Marichan reported pre-tax income of 5 million for the year ended 2025. Included in the determination of the said income were, so dito, no, pwede na natin ilagay sa accounting income or pre-tax financial income yung 5 million. Okay? Now, nakalagay naman na dito yung iyong permanent differences. So, all you have to do is to plot it. No? Siyempre, yung 50,000 dyan is negative, diba? Kasi kailangan siyang i-subtract. So, let's get lang, no, yung kanilang sum. So, 100,000. Okay. So, let's get, no, the financial income subject to tax. So, of course, 5-1 yan. Now, we account for your temporary difference, no? So that we can arrive at the taxable income, no? Or operating loss if it's negative. So, ang temporary difference mo dito kasi meron tayong at the beginning of the year, meron tayong at the end of the year. Of course, yung originating dyan will be your beginning, and yung ending mo, this will not be the reversal portion. Kasi, ang mangyayari, yung naging movement nila from beginning to the ending, that will be the portion for reversal. Yun yung nangyaring movement, ibig sabihin, yun yung na-reversed. No? Either na-reverse or nagkaroon pa ng addition, nagkaroon pa ng ng deduction, meaning nagkaroon ng either reversal or nagkaroon pa ng creation, no? Additional, kumbaga. So, in here, anong gagawin natin? So, ayan. So, dito, no? Pwede nating ilagay itong no? Ayan, sige. Para mas madali, no? You can use this naman, pero for a shortcut, para lang hindi na malito siguro, I'll provide it na, sige. Pwede ka nang mag-proceed dito, ilagay mo yung nangyari, no? So, sige, temporary difference, lagay lang natin. So, ang need mo lang i-take into consideration kung nagkaroon ba ng decrease, no, sa DTL and DTA natin. Sige, wait lang. Lagay ko na sila dito. Kailangan mo lang malaman kung nagkaroon ng decrease or increase in your FTA from your ending from your beginning to end, or nagkaroon ng increase and decrease sa iyong FDA from your beginning to end. Okay, so let's inspect. So yung iyong temporary difference mo creating future deductible amount, 'di ba? If it creates a future deductible amount, that is your future deductible amount. Ito siya, 'di ba? 800,000. Naging 500,000 siya nung end, no? So, ang dating, tama ba? Ayan, sige. Ulit. Sige. Cumulative temporary difference creating future deductible amount. Future taxable amount. Sige. Let me check. Okay. Okay, so tama naman, no? So dito, 'di ba? Ano nangyari sa iyong future taxable amount? So nasan ba yung future taxable amount mo dito? Ito yung 500,000, 'di ba? So at the beginning of the year, 800,000 yan, no? Pero at the end, naging 500,000 na lang siya. So nangyari, nagkaroon ng decrease in your future taxable amount. So ang lalagay natin dito is decrease in future taxable amount, no? Since decrease to in future taxable amount, ayan. 'Di ba ang future taxable amount, ibinabawas mo muna 'yan, 'di ba? Ngayon nagkaroon ng decrease, no? Nagkaroon siya ng decrease in the future because of course, nagkaroon na ng realization or meron ng portion na na-reverse, 'di ba? So yung portion na yun na na-reverse or yung decrease na yun is 300,000. Kapag reversal, 'di ba, ang ginagawa natin is ina-add na natin siya. So ito siya, future. So sige, try din natin siyang i-plot dito sa taas, okay? So dito siya sa 300,000. No? Yan yung reversal na nangyari. Okay? And of course, ano pa ba? Yung future deductible amount mo. So from 1.2 million This is 1.6. Wait. So, from your 1.2 million, ang nangyari, nadagdagan pa yung future deductible amount mo. So, it's not a reversal, it's a creation, no? Nadagdagan siya, no? So, hindi siya nagkaroon ng decrease or increase. I mean, hindi siya nagkaroon ng decrease, nagkaroon pa siya ng increase, no? So, since hindi ito reversal, no? As it is lang ang mangyayari. So, dito mo siya ilalagay niyan, no? Dito sa future deductible amount. Kasi hindi siya nabawasan. Walang realization, walang reversal. So, ang mangyayari dito, ang ilalagay mo is magkano? Magkano ba yung nadagdag? So, from 1.2 naging 1.6, that is 400,000. Okay? So, I guess mas madali siguro kung ito yung gamitin nyo na formula, no? Kaysa dito. Baka nga mas malito pa kayo dito. Mas madali siya kung proficient ka na, no? Pero kung hindi pa, siguro better na lang kung yung sa itaas yung gamitin natin. Okay? Ay, sorry. Na-delete ko yung ano. Ayan. So, dito, ayan, no? Since, ang nangyari kasi, from 800,000 yung future taxable amount, naging 500,000 na lang, nagkaroon ng decrease, so may na-reverse. Magkano yung na-reverse? 300,000. So, dito siya sa reversal portion, wherein yung future taxable amount mo, imbis na tanggalin, no? Kapag reversal, ina-add yan. Sa iyo namang deductible amount, from 1 to naging 1.6 pa siya. So, ang dating, hindi nagkaroon ng reversal. Kasi hindi nabawasan, nadagdagan pa. So, therefore, there has been a creation, no? So, nadagdagan pa as it is siya. So, dito siya sa originating, wala siya sa reversal, okay? So, 0 dito, at 0 din naman dito. Okay? So, I hope na gets natin yun. So, since pareha silang add, no? So, dito, 400,000. Dito, 300,000. So, let's just add this, no? To get your taxable income. Oops. So, you have your taxable income of 5.8 million. That is our answer dito sa tinatanong ba siya? Ayan, hindi naman pala siya tinatanong. Okay? So, sige. So, let's answer, no? How much is the current tax expense? So, your current tax expense, no, pinapaalala ko palagi, wow, palagi talaga, no, kakadiscuss lang ngayon. Pinapaalala ko, no, na yun ay yung taxable income multiplied by your current, no, income tax rate. Dito ang ating income tax rate is 40% lang. Wala namang enacted tax rate, no. Kapag may enacted tax rate, that will only be relevant sa iyong DTA and DTL. Okay? Tandaan, okay? For your total tax expense or total income tax expense, that is your financial income subject to tax multiplied by, of course, your income tax rate of 40%. You have 2,040,000 as your answer. For your total deferred tax asset to be presented in 2025 balance sheet statement, dito ba natin i-multiply yung ating income tax rate sa 400,000? The answer is no. Kasi dapat mo na siyang i-multiply sa iyong ending balance. Okay? Ending balance ng iyong DTL and DTA. Okay? So, dito, di ba, what results you to have your deferred tax asset is our, di ba, future deductible amount. So, i-multiply mo lang yan ng 0.40. So, your deferred tax asset to be presented in the 2025 balance sheet is 640,000. While kapag naman yung DTL, ang nag-cost yan, di ba, yung iyong future taxable amount. Multiply it by 0.40. That is your DTL to be presented in the 2025 BS. Okay? Balance sheet. Okay? So, we're done with number 2. So, we have 2 problems left. I'll be recording this, no, in the next and last video natin. Okay? Thank you, guys.